Good morning. Blessings. Okay, I think we've officially started now. Yes, we have. We have officially started. Why isn't the stream responding? Must be a reason for that. Let's see what's going on. Okay. That makes more sense. All right. I want to big up Keyshawn Davis. Very controlled display of two-handed punching. Good range control. Good body shots as well. You know what I mean? I didn't know he could go to the body like that. I haven't seen Pedraza look that bad for a while, probably since the Tank fight. And he was tattooing him with them uppercuts, the left hooks, the body shots, and Pedraza tried to close down the pocket, but his feet were like in molasses, basically in molasses. So he tried to take the leverage away from Keyshawn. But because his feet were so slow, he was just left in no man's land to take a pasting. But he took his beating bravely. You know what I mean? He tried to come back and work the body and be stoic and veteran-like, but he took a real good beating in there. And when the referee jumped in the seventh, he wanted to protest, but nah. I mean, he knew he was thoroughly beaten. He was thoroughly beaten. Good win for Keyshawn. Perhaps the best of his career so far. Perhaps. Done his thing. Fought well for a weed head. I didn't have Teofimo. I didn't have him winning that fight against Jamaine Ortiz. I didn't score it. Well, I did kind of mentally score it. 7-4. No, it's maybe 7-5. 8-4, maybe. I don't know. With the hindsight of some swing rounds, I had Jamaine Ortiz winning that fight. Like, he was always finding that escape route to the right when Teo attacked with the right hand. Okay, maybe the judges didn't like the spin moves he was doing. Maybe that went against him. He kept doing that spin move, and I think the referee, he didn't really he warned Jamaine for it sometimes, and other times he let it go, and I think he kind of just let him get away with it, and it gave Teo problems to set up his punches. Like, you tell me when Teo cut off the ring once, and they gave him it by a wide unanimous decision in the end. I didn't have him winning. I had Jamaine Ortiz landing that straight right down the pipe, landing jabs, faster hands. Whether you like the spin move or not, if the referee isn't warning him and he's finding the escape route and landing his shots, particularly the southpaw right and the left hand, and just mush right into Lopez's face a whole load of times. You know what I mean? And look, it wasn't exciting. I'm not here to say that it was an exhilarating performance from Jamaine Ortiz. You know, I'm not here to say that. And in a way, he didn't really go out there to beat the belt away from Teo. And Uncle Bob did what he had to do. He knew he wanted to keep the belt, and yeah, Teo kept his belt. He couldn't cut the ring off, but he kept the belt. He didn't cut the like. If you're gonna give him the decision, show me where he cut the ring off. You know what I mean? He couldn't cut the ring off, and you could say, Jamaine moved too much. He moved too much, but yeah, you've got to be able to cut the ring off, though. And when Teo tried to box on the back foot, he looked in no man's land. You know what I mean? Like, he was pretending he was frustrated and moving around himself, but he was just getting outboxed. Gotta learn how to box. Gotta learn how to box. Anthony says, joke thing that beats. Yeah, I think Anthony saw it similar to how a lot of people did. Yeah. Well, like, what was it? 117, 111, and 2 scorecards of 115, 113. Steve Dodd, what's your thoughts on that result, Beats? I thought Jamaine won, personally. Kieran Malcolm, what's up? Jordan, he says, can't believe Teo didn't work on cutting off the ring. Yeah, the hideout. Blessings to you, Beats. It's an early shift today. Yeah. Indeed. Leon Figures, looking forward to your opinion on Lopez's bout. I had Jamaine Ortiz winning the fight. I think Lennox saw it similar to how I did. Yeah. 9-3, 8-4 Lennox, 7-5 perhaps. Yeah, maybe. Yeah. I didn't see the work that Teo did. Thankfully, I didn't hear Tim Bradley's commentary. I hear it was marginally either better or worse than Michaela Mayors and Christine Poncha. Man, I mean, they were terrible. Absolutely. It was so biased and incompetent, Like, there was one stage they wanted to big up Teo, and Jamaine popped him with a right hand, and they were... And they just ignored his work. They ignored so much of Ortiz's punches that he landed. They ignored so much. They just ignored it and said he wasn't throwing enough. He was moving too much. Yeah, look, it wasn't exciting. Of course it wasn't. But he won the fight. I mean, even the CompuBox stats tell you that he won more rounds or landed more punches, should I say. Lennox, he says, only rounds Teo won were with the headbutts. Big up, Lennox. Appreciate the super chat, bro. Yeah, it's a robbery. I'm not gonna lie. Leon, he's got 8-4 Ortiz. Yeah, I can't argue with that, Leon. I can't argue. Yeah, and like he cut Ortiz, and yeah, that was with the head. He was getting a bit desperate. Yeah. I don't think he knows how to cut the ring off, Leon. That's you know what I mean. Like, he doesn't know how to cut the ring off. So when he's getting frustrated, he gestures, "Oh, look, you're running," and they gave him the decision. Is what it. That's boxing, isn't it? It's boxing. Yeah, you can see who they wanted to win the fight. I'm not staying up too long, so if anybody wants to jump on and air their grievances, I wouldn't mind at all. Or if you think Teo won the fight, step up front. The link is there. You know what I mean? The link is there. So if you're going to jump on, Steve Dodd, if Haney wins a fight the way Ortiz boxed, they would have praised him and said he outboxed him. I don't know about that, Steve. You know what I mean? I don't know. Sylvester, did Teo do enough tonight, Beats and Rams? No, not in my opinion. Lennox says, without the headbutts, Ortiz would have won a clean sweep. Yeah. Oh, big up, Lennox. Big up, Lennox.
Yeah, Wagwan, baby.
All right, Lennox, what's up, man? Yeah.
I'm all right. So, yeah, let's start with this. I don't ever want to hear nothing about no Queensberry, no Matchroom, no UK scorecard, yeah, because here's two things. Remember when Teo's dad, when he lost, yeah? Teo's dad goes, oh, if that was on Top Rank, we would have won.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
The man grassed up themselves, yeah. Now we got evidence. Also, if anyone's trying to defend Teo, I just want to point out, yeah, Ortiz is not a natural southpaw, and he doesn't really always box out. Actually, he's basically flirted with southpaw. He got a new Cuban coach for this camp. Learn to box southpaw and outbox this guy southpaw for 12 rounds. I guarantee you, without the head clash,
Yeah.
he was on his way to a clean sweep. You know, Tio didn't win a round before the head clash.
I didn't have him winning Lennox. I didn't have him winning that fight. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I was
no.
even trying to.
What I'm
Yeah,
saying is in terms of right, if you want to give him a round, you can't give him any rounds before the head clash.
yeah. I had Ortiz. You know, the hand speed for a start, like, was in another league.
Yeah,
You know what I mean? Like, he was landing punches with ease, with absolute ease. Like the straight left, just to right in Lopez's face, just
yep. The straight
like
left,
landed all, yeah,
the
all
counters
day.
over the right hand, and also what happened to ring generalship, fam? If I keep exiting to the right all night and you can't do a thing about that, that means I'm executing ring generalship.
Yeah, yeah.
So
And like,
you know what? I would love to. You know what? I love for them. I would love them to bring up them judges, yeah. And I need you lot to explain to us on the criteria of judging boxing how you lot gave that 117 card. That's what I want to know.
117, 111, man. 117, 111. Wow.
Honestly, if anyone in the chat can find 7 rounds to give Tio, please state your case.
Well, Afro Jam, he said some rounds Ortiz landed one flurry. Are you saying that Lopez won Afro Jam? Like, okay, you're saying Ortiz was rubbish, but you haven't give us a definitive, you know, score. Like, which way did you score it?
Yeah, this is one of them ones there where you can't even. You know when Mandem try to use the punch stat, the CompuBox to defend their case. Even
Yeah,
the CompuBox says Ortiz won.
yeah. Absolute joke. Absolute joke. You know, and I'm glad I didn't hear Tim Bradley because that would have been. You know what I mean, like at stages, I just had to switch them off. Like, it was just like, wow.
No, I can't. I've never. There's one particular set of fights that I always watch with the sound off, and that's Top Rank.
Yeah. Christine Puncher, man, she really
They
let
never
herself down.
employed from Andre Ward to Tim Bradley. They men have never employed anyone that I cared to listen to.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Well, TL keeps the belts, Lennox. So, you know,
Nah,
they
you know
better,
what? They're gonna put him in a
the
protection
belt, I
plan.
should say.
They're gonna
Yeah,
put
they
him in a
better do.
protection plan
Because you
because
can't beat Devin. You
oh
can't
yeah,
beat Devin.
nah, fam.
You
Devin
can't
would
beat
jab his head off all night. What?
You can't beat Devin. They'd have to job Devin. I mean, like they job Jamaine. That's what they'd have to do. Okay, Afro Jam had it a draw. Okay, he had it a draw. Machiavelli, he had Ortiz winning 116, 112. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good, I think that's a good margin of victory for Ortiz. Yeah, 116, 112. You know what I mean? No problem at all. No problem at all.
Yeah,
But
and my thing is that the only here's my other thing. Yeah, if you want to score the story, the only rounds Teal managed to win was because of the head clash.
yeah, in all truth, yeah. When the headbutt landed, he did a little better in that round. That's true.
Yeah, and then the round after that, while Ortiz was recovering, you get me. So honestly, if it went the way it was going in first, what was it 7 rounds? Cruise
Yeah.
control, cruise
So
control.
so Tio just can't handle movement because, like, to me, the Sandon Martin fight, I thought you lost that too. I thought you lost that too against the Spaniard. He just can't handle movement.
Yeah, he can't handle movement, and he can't handle someone who can counter punch him.
Yeah, yeah. And like Josh Taylor, like when he caught Josh was just like perfect timing. Like Josh's feet were dead, his legs were dead,
Yeah,
and
well,
no
that's the
speed.
thing. People forget about like the wear and tear. Josh went through wars, man. Trying to rubbish Josh like You know what I mean? Because guess what? After that Josh fight, he's back to looking like Tio.
Yeah, yeah, because
Like,
Teo
yeah.
didn't look nothing like what he looked against Josh. Nothing
Oh,
at
yeah.
all. I mean,
Josh had miles. It's like I can't go singing the high praises of that man there to just beat Pedraza. Pedraza got stopped by Tank. Pedraza got bare miles on the clock. That's not the same guy. You get me? Like,
okay.
you get me? So the Josh Taylor that Tio fought is not the Josh Taylor that Ramirez fought. You get me?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
So it's like, yeah, it's mad because people go out here and act like it's boxing. No, no, I'm not supposed to stand there and let you punch me up.
Yeah, yeah. Like, what's all that about? Like, just stand there and let him punch you up. It doesn't make sense. Like, okay, it wasn't exciting. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't exciting, but he won the fight.
Yeah,
So
I mean, he won it clear as day. And here's what it is. Here's what it is. It's like the onus, the responsibility was on Tio. You get me? Because if anyone lost the fight, it's Tio. Because my man done what he was came to do for 12 rounds, and Tio had no way to prevent him from doing it.
see, the thing is, like, there's a few people. I'm not having a go at no one. You entitled to your opinion, but if you're gonna say that Tio won the fight or it was a draw, you got to tell me like when Tio was cutting off the ring and outlanding Ortiz, that didn't happen in the fight. And if you say it was, you're being a bit biased. It has to be said.
Also, could I point out the ref was helping Tio out because you know the southpaw spin to the blind side.
Yeah,
That's a
the
legal
spin.
move.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a legal move. Lomachenko
I don't,
does it, and they put it in.
I don't know. I don't know because
No,
when Harold Graham used to do it, they used to pull him up on it because
no, but
Southpaws love doing that move.
Beats. Lomachenko does it all the time.
Yeah, yeah.
Lomachenko does it all the time. So you mean,
Effectively.
huh?
Effectively. He does.
Yeah, but here's the thing: every time Ortiz done it, the ref broke it up.
Hmm. That's strange.
Watch the fight. Every time Ortiz got to the blind side before, because you get to the blind side and you land the left hand, and every time you got to the blind side, Tio ducked and the ref broke it up. That's what happened.
Hmm.
Meanwhile, when Lomachenko does it, remember that's where them highlights of man them covering up and Lomachenko doing his pity pat combinations is getting off to the blind side. The opponent ducks, right? And these times, every time he done it, because he done it about 4 times, the ref breaks it up. Like the ref was quick to jump in. Did anyone else notice that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I did notice that. I did notice that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And a lot of the times he stopped him when he didn't actually use because it's only illegal if you touch them like on the buttocks or on the back and spin them.
Yeah.
But there was times he wasn't touching him; he was just spinning around him, and the referee's kind of, should I stop him? No, well, no, you can't stop someone from moving. You know what I mean? It was movement. It was,
Hmm.
I mean, like Tio was lost in there. So Virtuoso, did how did you see it? Virtuoso?
Yeah. What's up, Beats? What's up,
Yeah,
Lennox?
yeah.
Yeah, man.
Uh, how did
That
you see
that
it?
to me was just a frustrating watch for me because, like, okay, Ortiz was utilizing lateral movement effectively well, but he kept moving to his left side, to Tio's blind side, but out of range. So
He
the
moving
fight
to his
just kept,
right. He wasn't moving to his left. He was moving to his right, wasn't it? He
yeah,
was moving
moving
to
to
his
his right.
right.
I'm sorry, moving to his right, but he kept moving to his right, but out of range. And when that happens, you end up having to reset. And Tio is actually has good footwork movement as well, but being that he's want to be the more have the more attacking style, um, he kept following him. You're supposed to cut the ring off, and that's not what he was able to do. So but for Ortiz, you have to have a sustainable offense to go with that. You know, you can't just be just darting in and then in and out, and then continue to move laterally for most of the rounds. You
Okay,
know,
but who landed more punches though throughout the
I
fight?
cannot tell.
You couldn't
That's why I
tell.
scored it a draw.
According to
Oh
CompuBox,
wow,
Ortiz. According
wow.
to the stats, Ortiz.
It was Ortiz clearly landed more punches. Clearly landed more punches. Whether they
To
were
what effect, though?
singles, huh?
To what effect,
What do you
though?
mean? To what effect? He's landing the punches. He's landing more punches than his opponent.
I don't
What?
know,
Why? What?
man. I think
So
the
what?
judges
So all right.
wanted to see the head snap
So
back.
what effect? What effect did Lopez's punches have? If that's the case, then.
Well, before I answered that question, I wanted to ask you: was the cut caused by a head clash?
Well, we
Yeah,
can get to that. We'll get to the clash. But what punches were effective for Lopez then?
The only one I saw I think, was the uppercut, and
Right.
that's about it.
Okay. So you're saying you saw one effective punch. So
Yeah,
if that's the case, the
and
person who
the straight right to the body.
all right. So you're saying. So basically, you're saying there was no effective punches from either guy, but one guy
Yeah,
landed more punches. So who wins?
but Beats, what is outlanding your opponent's punches? Is that a
Yeah,
criteria
yeah,
for
that
landing
is the
punches?
criteria. Yeah, that's the criteria for boxing. Yeah, yeah.
Which is under which category?
What do you mean under which category? If by your category, if you're saying neither landed effective punches, but somebody still landed more punches, who wins
Right.
the fight?
I mean, honestly, I don't. To me, I didn't see which one landed the more punches. To be honest with you, I'm being honest.
You didn't see Ortiz land more punches than Lopez.
No, I thought it was equal. I don't know. I don't know.
Oh
To me,
wow. Okay. Okay.
yeah.
All right. Wow. Amazing. That's a
I
shocker.
think I
That's a
think
shocker.
Teal was like the more like effective body puncher than Ortiz.
What body punches?
The
Where?
straight right.
he landed one. He landed one the entire fight. I mean, if we're gonna go, I'm sorry, there's no criteria of this thing. If we're gonna say they showed the punch stat at the end, my guy, what's his name, Ortiz landed more. If we want to
Hmm.
talk about ring generalship, yeah, basically Ortiz had Teo do what he wanted him to do all 12 rounds.
Hmm.
So that means that on the Battle of Ring Generalship, Ortiz won. So you
Hmm.
got two of the three criteria already there. So
Okay.
Ortiz won. Basically, you can't say, "Oh, Ortiz was moving." Fam, it's boxing. It's your
Yeah, I
job to
know.
cut the ring off and punch me. I'm not gonna let you punch me free. Like, and Kyo was looking like a dickhead.
Look,
He
look, look,
missed
look,
punches so
look.
widely he spun around.
Look,
Hmm.
look. There's no way. I know that you're in the comments, and I don't know what it's all about. But with a clear hand speed gap like that, how are you going to say that T.O. outlanded him? How are you going to say that? It doesn't even make sense. Yeah, well, you're entitled to your opinion, David Pierce. You're entitled to your you can say he was trash, but he still outlanded T.O. He outlanded him. He definitely outlanded him. What
What
you
what
got?
I
What you didn't see the straight left right bang in T.O.'s face. He didn't even look likely to block him. The straight left and the right, and the southpaw lead. You didn't see the southpaw lead landing for Ortiz all night. You didn't see that.
Mm-mm.
and he got
I don't
and
think
he
he
got
did. I don't think he
Whoa!
touched him.
Wow, that's
I thought he
amazing.
was using his. Well, I thought.
Wow,
Look, I
and he
wow.
thought
got
his
clipped.
guard
He
was
got
more
clipped
active.
with
But
that checkbook. He
I'm
got
not
clipped
trying to
with the
take away like his performance, but like, dude, you got to be more sustainable with the offense. I can't see the
No, no,
spot
you
counting
don't.
bruh.
thing
No, you
Look,
don't. No,
you
you
know
as
what?
don't. No,
effective.
you don't. No, you don't. If T.O. was doing more to cut the ring off, you could say that. But no, he didn't. He did. It was boring. It might not have been crowd pleasing, but he didn't
Yeah.
because T.O. was totally neutralized.
Well, these are the
T.O.
same
was
judges that scored,
neutralized.
the fight for Haney. So there was going to be some, controversy afoot, you know.
Wow. Hey, T.O. knew he lost at the end of the fight.
He
He knew he
cried.
lost at the
Yeah,
end. He
that's
knew
like,
he
you know what?
lost.
That's really weird.
Yeah,
Weird
that's, you
behavior.
know what that reminded me of? His body language at the end of that fight. That reminded me of Canelo Lara.
Hmm.
That reminded me when the fighter knows he's lost and he's just relieved to get the nod.
Hmm.
And his thing was worse because he was crying before the cards came out.
Hmm.
If you thought you won, why are you crying? Look at the body language he has at the end of the
Exactly.
fight. It's the same body language Canelo had in the Lara fight. He nearly lost.
Look, man.
Yeah, man. I've seen that
Yeah.
energy change with Andre Ward too. When I thought he lost to Kovler the first fight. You know.
Oh yeah. I mean, the body. Listen, fighters as a fighter, fighters know when their performance is shit, when they won or lost. But
Yeah.
all I know is Tio is food. Like I can't even
Terence
like.
Crawford and Terence Crawford had Ortiz up.
Yeah, all the boxers had Ortiz up, fam. There's not a boxer on socials that had Tio winning. Man,
Yeah,
then one guy was like, "Rah, Tio can't box," because that's what I
yeah,
saw there. Is bruv, you can't box. Because wait, who's he beat at 140? Right, he can't
yeah.
outbox. He can't outbox Devin. Whatever all
Mm,
the man them say, the longer guy with footwork, he can't outbox him. He's not gonna outpunch
yeah,
Matthias. So what's he at 140? He's
yeah,
food, fam. He's food for the champions.
yeah. I wasn't impressed anyway. I wasn't impressed with that win. I wasn't impressed. And listen, I didn't have a dog in the race. I picked Tio to win. I wasn't impressed at all. You know what I mean? He barely landed anything of significance. Like it was up to him to pin the guy on the rope. If he didn't pin my guy on the ropes for any sustained period, how did he win the fight?
Well, hey, Bates, beyond that, you can't keep getting hit with the same thing for 12 rounds and going and my man's doing the same thing for 12 rounds. That means you're incapable of making adjustments because you not made an adjustment, so he's not forced. You get caught with the check right hook
Yeah,
anytime you come in. He won the battle of the jabs, and he's getting the exit. Tim Bradley's like, right, he's got to cut that exit to the right off, and he's getting the exit out all the time. You're jumping in, missing punches. He missed so bad he slipped.
yeah. He looked like a plodder in there. Looked like an absolute plodder. Looked like a plodder. That's what I saw. Looked like a plodder. You know what I mean? And like, look, you know what I mean? In a way, Jamaine brought it on himself. But if you're talking about who technically scored more punches, it's easy to see. It's easy
It's
to
just that
score. Easy
it's
to
just that
score.
beats. They don't the justice. I don't believe the judges tabulate those punches at all.
Why? What? So you? How do you? What are you talking? Not being funny.
No, I'm not. Like
You're
I'm
not
not trying to
making.
like.
You're not making no sense at all. You land punches
Well,
and the
I'm just
judges.
saying beats. I'm
Wait,
just
wait.
saying that they're
You
not.
saying
I don't think.
what? You're
I don't
saying
think.
you. Wait. You what? No, no. Hold on. You're saying.
Go ahead, man.
Okay. You're landing punches, but the judges are ignoring you landing punches. What are you talking
I
about
think
now?
so. I think
What are
so.
you
That's what's
talking about?
happening. I'm not like
So
if
and
people
that's
are
not.
claiming it's a
Hold
grappling
on,
match,
hold on,
it
hold
is.
on, hold on,
It
hold on,
is.
hold on, hold on.
Like I'm not trying to argue.
You got to slow. No, you can't argue because right now you're not talking with logic.
What do you mean?
What do you mean? You're saying punches are landed and the judges are ignoring scoring them. How? What logic is
I
that?
think so.
There's no
If
logic.
that's people's
Sorry, no
if
logic.
that's the
No logic.
basis
No,
for
no, no, no,
people
no,
that
no,
they
no.
claim it's a robbery,
I
then that
can't let
has
you
to
run
be
with that.
the
I
case.
can't let you run with that. I can't let you run with that. That's
I'm just speaking
illogical.
my opinion,
It's
beats. I'm not
illogical.
trying to change
It might be
your
it's
viewpoint of the
your
fight.
opinion.
I'm just
You know,
if
but
you
your
want, all right,
opinion is based on no logic at all.
okay. If you feel that way, if that's how you feel, but that's
But it
that's just
seems
my
like
opinion on the.
but it seems like you're agreeing
Uh,
with the judges doing that. So is that
how?
what you would have? So if you was one of the judges, is that what you would have done? You would have seen punches landing, and you're not going to score them. Is that what you're saying?
Nah,
Is that what you're saying?
Bates. I think what he's trying to say is the judges came there with the scorecards filled out.
No, but he's agreeing with
That's
them.
all I'm trying to say, man. I'm not trying to argue like your viewpoint of the fight. I'm not trying. I'm just saying my viewpoint of the fight. I'm sharing my opinion of the fight of what I saw. Like I don't think those judges are scoring fights honestly. They always go for the house fighter, just like they did with Shakur. People were claiming that De Los Santos won, but with Shakur being all evasive and all that stuff, he wasn't really hurting De Los Santos, and they gave it to him eventually, because he was the more effective mover, but they didn't give him the same love to Ortiz. They know Ortiz, Ortiz is a solid opponent, but it's like to them, he's like, okay, you're just like a background character, and that's how they're treating Teal. Like, okay, they're marketing him, so
See,
eventually,
look,
the judges are gonna side with the house fighter.
it's difficult to listen. Like, if people in there like who were screen, if people screen, if you couldn't witness the hand speed gap, then you need to get your eyes fixed. You need to get. I'm not saying you virtual. I'm saying in the comment section. You need to get
Yeah.
your eyes fixed tomorrow, right today. If you couldn't see the hand speed gap, there was a clear hand speed gap. There was a clear gap in who was controlling range as well. Clear gap.
Mhm.
Clear gap. Who was landing jabs? Who was landing the straight backhands? Who? Who had the hand speed? Who? Who had the better footwork? Who? Simple. I ain't got no dog in the race. Simple, as simple as
Yeah,
that.
it's not even about having a dog in the race. Like I can't even honestly, as a professional, as a boxing connoisseur, I can't even rate you as a champion letting a guy do the same thing for 12 rounds and have no answers to it. Like
Uh,
if we want to talk about opinions, yeah, that's my thing. My man was an only thing you done is headbutt it. Only thing you done is
that,
headbutt.
that's all I saw is the headbutt. That's all I
Mhm.
saw. And a lot of I saw a lot of chasing, a lot of missing.
It's a
Um,
repeat of the Sandor Martin fight, but
that's
you
all
know
I
the
saw.
result of it. They gave it to Tio.
Boy, that's
You
some
know, that's just my
bull
whole
crap.
opinion. That's all it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
Yeah,
I can't.
yeah.
I'm just saying that they don't. That the judges, to me, the judges do not tabulate the punch stats into their criteria. They don't. They
Well,
don't. They don't.
no,
They don't count all the
I think
punches.
what you should say is that man came in there with the scorecards filled out.
Right.
They came in with the scorecards filled out because
Long story short.
yeah, because you know what I mean. Like this is a clear this thing. I mean, obviously that man even robbed him against Sandor, and Sandor scored a knockdown.
Yeah, he did legitimately. Even though it was off balance, that's a legit knockdown.
No, yeah, he scored two. If you
Yeah, he
recall the
scored
fight,
two. Yeah, he
Yeah.
scored
scored
two
two
actually. Yeah,
He
knockdowns.
got caught. He got
yeah.
caught coming into the corner, and Tio is not effective, but fights well against movers. And to me, I
No,
think what
I think the
let me
term
just
is
say this. I felt
sorry.
like I felt like Ortiz needed to throw that jab more because he kept dropping his lead hand. And I think with Haney, he's not going to get away with that.
Well,
You get
he
me,
got
right?
away. He got away with it tonight, bro. You know what I mean? Jimmy, he
Yeah.
says Tio, his dad was spitting blood, fuming about how they were going to be robbed before the scores. That's why he started crying. I was watching Sky Sports main event. You could hear everything. Yeah.
It's all about him,
But
man.
fam, this is boxing. This is not like going in. This is not world championship slap fighting. While I stand there and let you this thing like you're a
Yeah,
professional boxer as of this thing, like, and especially a man who had an amateur career. Like, are you shitting me here? Yeah, like,
Listen. I wasn't enamored with Ortiz's style either, but I was just watching the punt. I'm just looking at it objectively. Your
it
feet
to
were
me it
quicker.
just creates a scoring conundrum.
Your balance were better. Your bet was better. You had the faster hands. Your straight left had no issue landing at all flush. You know what I mean? It might not have been very powerful, but and Michaela and the other woman, they just ignored it. They ignored it
well,
all night.
here's the thing, Beats. You don't have to be enamored with a style, but you also got to appreciate coming in with a game plan. And you know they say everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face, right?
True
Guess
that.
what? He didn't get punched in the face because his plan did not change. Now remember, this is not like he just learned to box southpaw. He just got a new Cuban coach and basically came in with a game plan after being an orthodox guy for a lot of his career. Like basically, he's an orthodox fighter, right? And came in, executed a game plan, and Tio had no answers. So I mean, I don't have to rate whatever. Like I'm a boxing
Yeah,
kid.
exactly. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm with you. Like I don't have to rate what I saw, but objectively, I know what I saw.
Yeah, yeah. You don't have to. I mean, listen. I mean, this is funny, yeah, because this is like when a lot of people like zero skill fights where two guys just stand there and catch punches with their faces and they think it was a great fight. I'm like, all right, this is where's the skill? Where's the, you know what I mean? So my thing is,
Mm.
one guy came in with a game plan and showed skill, and the other guy objectively showed a lack of skill.
Yeah, Tio got exposed as an athletic guy who, like bit of movement, you know, a few straight punches, you know,
No, and
bit of
honest,
height and reach, struggles,
yeah, and
struggles.
honestly, his footwork was honestly, I don't know. Mandem says it like just because he does a bit of a shuffle and hops back, his footwork was terrible
Yeah, it
because
wasn't good. It
all
wasn't
he
good.
had to do was step across and cut the exit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he didn't know how to cut the exit, not at all. It reminded me of Mikey Garcia versus Sandor when he couldn't cut the exit.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Beast, it's basic boxing. You know what I mean? That's
Mm.
my thing. It's like, it's basic boxing. From round two, everyone sees what you're supposed to do, and you can't seem to execute. So, you get me? Like,
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah,
when
yeah.
Tio invited him to the corner, and
and lost the exchange.
yeah,
I tell you what,
I
yeah.
don't know, man.
I tell
Tio
you
just
what.
is just
That,
like
one
setting
sec, yeah.
himself up
One
because
sec,
like
one sec,
somebody who's
one
more
sec.
accurate.
Sorry, 1 second, yeah. 1 second.
But
To David Pierce, yeah. If you're gonna say we're so dumb, you either get in here and tell us why we're so dumb and break down the fight, or I'll have to throw you out. I'll send the link there. You'll have one more. You'll have one more opportunity to make a comment, and if you're gonna go along that line, I'll throw you out. It's no problem at all. Pablo, if you're saying Tio didn't do shit, if that's true, Ortiz did less. What are you talking about? Anyone can get in. It makes sense what you're saying. Anyone can get in the ring and run away. What are you talking about? You got
Really?
outboxed.
I say I could bet Pablo's probably about 60% body fat and has never had to get on his toes for 3 minutes.
Yeah. I mean, you got outboxed in there, man. Got outboxed. It's as simple as that. Afro Jam, he said, yeah, Ortiz's foot speed is much, yeah, like it was light years ahead. That's why he found it easier to land more punches. It's not rocket. Don't try. Look, if you're gonna make it more complex than what it was, it's not. It's not. He had way faster feet, like Afro Jam was saying. He had faster hands. He had longer hands. The straight left, he landed it so easily, and Tio didn't even look likely to block it. In fact, like people are saying he didn't throw no punches. He actually threw quite a few, They just weren't powerful, but he was landing them. Like, man, come on, man. Tio was throwing single, I mean, roundhouses and overhands,
And
and he's missing.
uh, and he bullied Tio in the clenches. Did you notice
mm,
that he was a stronger guy in the clenches? Tio couldn't
Yes,
do
he
shit in the
was.
clenches
That's why he was getting spun around like that in the clinches. He's getting spun around.
because normally he's the strongest guy in the clenches.
Yeah, see, once again, people talk crap in the chat, and you send them a link to come and defend their point, and they're nowhere to be seen.
yeah, at least I jumped on and tried to defend my point. If I get shouted out by you two.
That's
Nah,
what defend.
listen. This is not about. Listen, yeah, I don't think what we're discussing. Everyone's got their taste, right? This is not about whether you liked or enjoyed the fight. It's just about factually what happened in the fight. It's
Mm.
factually what happened in the fight.
Pablo, there's the link, bro. You're saying bias. There's the link. There's the link.
No
Oh,
one.
he's
I'm
got a
not sure. I
Teofimo.
don't know if anyone here is a Ortiz fan or a Tio fan. I've got no stake in the game other than the fact that I don't rate the lies about British scorecards or whatever when Top Rank consistently does this nonsense.
Yeah. Look
And
at
and and Tio's dad told us. Tio's dad told us when he clearly lost the fight. I mean, honestly, he's got 3 L's as far as I'm concerned. He's got 3 L's on his record. He lost the Sandor Martin fight.
Yep.
He lost this fight, and he lost to what's his name?
Camp, the Aussie.
The
You
Aussie.
mean
Yeah.
Aussie?
and also,
Crocodile.
oh, by the way, he got away with it against Max Hughes.
Crocodile
Oh yeah.
Cambosos.
Yeah, yeah. Well, yeah, of course he got robbed. Again, what was that fight on? When did that fight
ESPN.
happen? Exactly. Exactly.
Oh man.
Stitch up job, mate. Stitch up job. Ortiz
Oh,
must be gutted, but you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah,
seriously,
nah, Beats, I'm upset for the kid because he proper worked hard. Like, you understand? Like, honestly, yeah, on a boxing purist thing, you found a coach who knows how to come up with a game plan. You learn to box with your non-dominant hand in one camp, and you executed a game plan for 12 rounds. Like, don't talk to me about, oh, you don't have to like what I'm doing. It's boxing. There's ways to win. There's this thing. It was on Tio to change things.
look,
And
man.
all Tio done was look befuddled.
For all the people saying that I'm sick of all this running shit. The ring is 20, 24, 18
No,
foot or whatever it is, right?
Beats, that wasn't even an Olympic ring. That was an 18-footer.
Okay, right, exactly. So the ring is designed so you can use movement. It might not be to everybody's pleasure, and I understand that. But the facts are, you've got to score who's scoring the points, and that was Ortiz. He scored the points. None of you can come in here and tell me where Tio was landing shots. What was a common shot that Tio was landing? Come on, let me know. And I think Virtuoso said the straight right to the body. I don't know. I don't know.
He had one or two of them that looked this thing. And the uppercut that the commentary went on about was that actual miss, because on the playback, it did land.
John Donny, TO 121.08 is you're saying he won to so you're saying that Tio landed more punches over 12 rounds than my guy. But you're saying because he ran, in your opinion, that Tio won the rounds based on that. Is that what you're saying? I mean, see, this is why you're not. This is why none of you want to take up the link. That's this is why. This is why. This is why. Joe Stunner, big up Joe. He said, I had Ortiz 115, 113. Too much movement by Ortiz. Yeah, it was a bit excessive. I agree, Joe. But he was countering and pot shotting a one dimensional and unimaginative Lopez. Not pretty, but effective. It's as simple as that. That's the analysis. Well, I'm not saying, see, I'm getting carried away saying everyone has to agree with me now. You don't have to agree. But one fighter in there clearly had better balance. He was taller, longer, faster hands, better range, straighter punches. It seems pretty simple. I don't know. It just didn't look hard to score. So I know I'm watching a bunch of fanboys or people who just didn't like the idea of Ortiz winning. That's what I'm contending with. That's why you won't take the link up, man. You're not going to push the link in. You're not going to do it. You're not going to click the link.
I mean, the more conversation is who are they going to feed Tio next to make him look good? What flat-footed fighter are they going to feed him next?
Little Noah, Tio landed the more significant punches in the second half of the fight. There's a link. And tell me what rounds this was. Because apart from the round where he got cut, he wasn't effective in none of the rounds. Literally wasn't effective in none of them.
Hey Lennox, I heard Barroso's name being thrown around.
Huh?
I heard Barroso, Ishmael Barroso's name being thrown around.
Oh my God, Tio and Ishmael Barroso, of course,
Yes.
of course.
It's a joke, isn't it? It's a joke. It's a joke. Well, they know he can't fight Devin. They know he can't fight Devin. Just
He
looks
swerved
stupid.
that fight. He best
Yeah.
swerved.
It looks stupid. It just looked like an amateur.
It's a
Looked like an
stylistic match.
amateur. You know what I mean?
Honestly, I mean, I think Dev at 140, Devin might make him look worse than he made Cambosis look.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. At 140, Devin picks him apart. It's like it's not even close.
He's gonna jam him up. throw that cross.
I ain't gonna be on here forever, mate. So I'll be an hour-long stream, and I'm probably gonna be off. So
No, because if he goes in there against that's what honestly at this point, yeah, after basically these last two or whatever three performances where it's just been two performances where he's been given Christmas, yeah, he's gotten Christmas in February, yeah. Fam, give him the Crawford fight. Give him what's my guy's name? Give him Haney. I just need to see this kid mashed up
I
so he
tell you
can
what,
shut up.
Terence Crawford would stop him in 4.
Of course.
You know what I mean? Blue blood. He said disgusting, absolute robbery. Yeah, I'm not going to disagree. Not going to disagree with that.
I knew they were gonna give it to them. No sweat.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
know what was mad though? I feel like you man really fill out the scorecard at home because you can rob a man, but they don't even make it reasonable.
Yeah, it's like after the fight, after the final bell rings, there's a long commercial break, and I'm not
Yeah,
just
because they're setting it up, innit? They're setting it up.
mm,
You know what I mean?
yep.
Well, you know
They're
what?
setting up the robbery.
Yeah, but my thing is, yeah, on an
Wait,
investment. Sorry, B, not to cut you. Go ahead.
no, go.
No, so I'm saying, yeah, on an investment standpoint, I'm trying to see like, yeah, you rob him, but now there's no fights out there for him. Like, what's the? He's not gonna unify. You're gonna do a PBC thing, keeping on the island, fighting whoever.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of
Basically.
PBC, they're losing the grip on 140. I think it's Matchroom's turn to really.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta ship him out because what?
But
You
that's the
know,
thing. He doesn't like Eddie Hearn. He has this psychotic like obsession with Hearn that he's setting him up for failure.
yeah,
Like
yeah, of course. Because if he goes, here's the thing: Matchroom and it's got options on. Haney's got to deal with Matchroom, right? So to fight Haney, you gotta go Matchroom,
mhm.
Saudi bag. You're not getting the favorable scorecards against them men there. Like they're not gonna do a top rank thing for you there. Who's the other 140 pounder that's gone to the Puerto Rican chap? Yeah, he's gone to the zone too.
Super
So you
Matias.
can't you can't unify. Who's left?
He's just calling him out. He's just cloud chasing at this point.
Tim Tim Bradley actually had Ortiz up by 2 or 3 rounds. Tim Bradley had him up.
Beats, I've not seen a boxer on Twitter, X, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, if you go just look at all the boxers, just every boxer had Ortiz winning. Um, even Terence Crawford tweeted, "Yeah, he went out there and called my name only to lose his fight." Terence
Yeah,
Crawford
Crawford
tweeted that he'd
had
lost.
Ortiz.
Yeah,
Yeah. John Scully. He
Raymond
said, yeah, John Scully, former light heavyweight challenger. You know what I mean? Yeah, he had Ortiz winning. He said Tio was missing punches, and the commentary was scoring the punches that he was missing. Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No,
that's what I'm saying. Like the uppercut, I know the uppercut Virtuoso was chatting about. It looked like it hit, but when they, you know what I mean, in the minute break, they do the replay. It was a miss. When
I'll
they
watch the
showed it,
fight again
the
on the
slow.
big screen because I was. I'll apologize for this because I was watching the fight at work, so I had to watch on the phone. This time I'm watching on TV, so you get a closer look.
Yeah, no, no, no. I mean, listen, even if you don't like pure boxing or whatever, Tio looked bad. Tio's
Yeah.
just not that guy. He needs a stationary target or someone coming forward flat-footed that he can counterpunch.
I think Ryan is that guy too.
Yeah. He needs a stationary target, man. Like Josh Taylor. Josh looks shot. That's why he don't want to take the Carroll fight because he hasn't got it no more. He hasn't got it. He hasn't got it.
Well, that's what I was saying, right? Beats. Remember, I was saying like I can't really rate certain men's like a win is a win, but I can't rate a win at a certain point, right? Like the Pedraza win, like fam, Pedraza's shot to bits.
Oh, so you weren't impressed with Keyshawn, no?
Pedraza's shot to bits. Beats.
I
Come
didn't.
on.
I mean, I don't understand. After he just fought who at 140, Jose Ramirez, you go back down to 135, where you haven't been
Yeah,
since when? So you fought Loma.
yeah. He's not been at 135. Yeah, he's shot to bits. Like I don't know what Top Rank is paying because some of these men be making moves like they just need a payday.
Let me just say it like this, Lennox. I think when you have they have a good crop of lightweights, but they're going like on a straight line. They're not fighting each other. They're like staying in their own lanes. I'm talking about Murataya, Keyshawn, and who else? Abdullah Mason. One of those guys going to be in a. Two of those guys are going to be in a collision course at some point.
Oh, Rod. Hey, this fight was at 135.
Yeah, he was at 135.
Oh, hell no. Nah, fam. I can't even rate that. I can't rate it at all.
Yeah, it was a bad weight cut.
Yeah.
That's why he kind of the crowd are just trying to get close to him. He looked famished.
Yeah, I can't rate it at all. Like, why would you do that, bro? Just like
It's a
man's
hype up
moving like
Keyshawn.
that's some journeyman settings. Like you're moving like you need to pay the mortgage.
Yeah, and I'm gonna have to say this, but like his struggles with Andy Cruz is gonna be carryover.
Who?
His struggles with against Andy Cruz is gonna be carryover to the pros. I think Cruz has enough gas tank to go 12 rounds.
First and foremost, I said that there's men in there were arguing with me when I was like, listen, I've said this, and I think those who follow me and know me for ages. I'm only a fan of one boxer. I went to Cuba to train with Cruz. And I said in 2016, anyone in his weight class will settle for silver. When he turned pro, I can't remember what's his. I think his name's oh my god, I can't remember his kid's name. Argue said, "Oh, pros is different." I said everyone whose career I predicted from amateurs to the pros, I've been 100% right about. Beats can say this. Lawrence Okoli, what's
Yep.
his name? The French heavyweight. Every
Yoka.
man that yep, I said, and I told man them, I said, listen, and I've told you exactly why. Keyshawn is too stiff, thinks he's got more power than he actually has, and his
Hmm.
timing has gotten worse in the pros.
Yeah, he's reduced
Andy
himself to clinching.
Andy will beat him. You think what he looked good against Pedraza? Pedraza was in front of him. I don't
Yeah.
know how many fights of Andy's you lot have watched. I've watched his fights. WSB, World Championships since 2016, 2017. Like I was sad when they pulled him out of the Olympics for Robesi because he was supposed to be in Robesi's weight class. Then they sent Robesi. That's how long I've been following
Mhm.
him. He's not good, and I'm not even sure you men really. You got to see his fights in person. Not sure man them really grasp Andy's hand speed and foot speed.
Mhm.
It's going to be embarrassing.
Mhm.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it probably beat Keyshawn. I believe so. Yeah, I mean, at this stage here, yeah, I could see that. You know, yeah, man. So and you're not impressed with Ben Whitaker either, though.
No, so here's my thing with Ben. Yeah, I'll
Oh
say this.
man.
No, let me break it down. Yeah. I see people getting upset about this showboating. Like I actually remember I knew Ben before most men knew Ben. Remember I was saying back when they were crediting other people for the AJ Ruiz 2 fight and I said it was Joby Clayton. So
Yeah.
Joby Clayton is Ben's uncle, and I was telling you lot because I was in that camp. I said Joby, I knew Ben. So here's my thing: I don't have a problem with the showboating. My only problem is if you're going to showboat, I need to know that you could do that against the elite competition. And
Right.
I saw him against Arlen Lopez, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And you couldn't do that against Arlen Lopez. So guess what? I can't respect it because remember, Beats, you know I've said this. I said a lot of guys come out the amateurs and the guys they fight in their first 10, 15 fights wouldn't make it to a world championship
That's very true.
in
That's
the
very true.
amateurs. In the 3 round system, these guys would not make it to an IBA world championship. I'm not talking
Actually,
Olympics.
if you're a top amateur and you turn pro, your level of competition deteriorates considerably for your first.
Exactly. So
Yeah,
my thing with Ben, as much as my thing with Ben is you're doing this against guys that are not even on the level. Because I've seen you with Arlen Lopez. I've seen you with the other former gold medalists that you know. Like I've seen you in the Amis. You was not doing this against them top Cubans. So
yeah,
doing this against a journeyman, like you know what I mean, it's almost bullying. The
yeah,
reason why I could appreciate Sugar Ray, Roy Jones, or Larry Holmes, or they showboat, because that man would do it against anyone. Roy Jones was doing the same thing he done against the guys he turned pro against. He's doing the same thing against James Toney, against Bernard Hopkins. So I could appreciate that. With Sugar Ray,
yeah.
when
I
he
get,
was
yeah,
the,
yeah, yeah,
when he was flurrying, he done the same thing against Marvin Hagler. Sorry, not to like trigger you beats, but you get what I'm saying. He did the same.
yeah. That's
The
true. He did. He did.
yeah. So that's my thing, right? But when I know, right, based on facts that I have, as in I've seen you fight elite amateurs, that you can't do that. I've not seen you do that against the elite guys that are on your level.
I just think it's unnecessary. I mean, dude, at least you buckled his knees once, and I think the last fighter he fought with, I think, was his sparring partner, if I'm mistaken. It's like, dude, if it was against Maturb, if you put the earmuffs on, cut that down in half. All that partying and stuff, like no.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I understand it, but what I'm saying is, bruv, until now, if he does this against a world champion on the championship fight and he outclassed, then I can rate it. But right now, if you're doing it against guys who really aren't on your level, is honestly, I get it, it's boxing, but it's like it's bullying. You get me, right?
Yeah, let's corny. Just keep it real.
'Cause if anyone in the chat doesn't go pull up Whitaker versus Arlen Lopez.
What was that? The Olympic final?
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Well, BT, I gotta go,
Well,
man. My
you know,
daughter's training.
all right, all right, Virtuoso. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, cool.
Good talking to you, BT.
Yeah.
Good
Big
talking
up.
to you,
Problem.
Lennox.
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
Yeah, he's increased his social media following though, like from that performance quite
No, no.
considerably. So
I mean, listen, I'm not like one of these. Oh, it doesn't have a place in the boxing ring. You get like I try to kind of explain my stance on it, right?
yeah,
I don't have a problem. You know my favorite boxers, right? They all showboat, but the difference is when they showboat, it's against a man that's on their level, and that way I can rate it.
yeah, 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 yeah. 100%, bro. 100%. But Lennox, it's a late one. You know what I mean, just thought I'd come and vent out. Good to talk. Good to catch up.
Yeah.
Everybody in the chat, hit the likes on the way out if you could. That'd be
All right, dude.
appreciated. All right
Yeah.
then.
Good
No,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
man. Peace. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Peace.
yeah. Shocking result, but that's boxing, man. That's boxing.